Hi guys, I'm Dan Whitaker. Today we are going to do a follow-up video from the previous one of hitting the ball from the inside. This time we are going to cover some of the questions raised by some of the viewers. So guys, this is a follow-up from the previous video of hitting the ball from the inside. So we had really good response to the video. Everyone seemed to really like it, which was absolutely fantastic. So we had one question in particular that was a real standout from Lee Dakin. He said, essentially, is this a permanent fix? Because obviously I said it's not, okay? And if it isn't, what are the things we should look out for, okay? So this is a really good question, because the golf swing isn't just, right, this is you fixed for forever, you know. You are always evolving, okay? Your body's evolving, your swing's evolving, and it's changing along the way, okay? So if you find yourself doing this too much, then the next part of the process to look out for is what we've covered in this video that's following on, okay? Is how you can add the next bit in if you find yourself doing this too much. If this is working great for you, okay, maybe have a look at it and just put that in the back of the memory bank to look for how you can add this into the next part of the process of making those swing changes. And you can then look at how, whilst coming from the inside, you can get your body open at impact. So guys, for most people, coming from the inside is the holy grail. It is the thing that really wanted to try and achieve, you know, wanted to sick to death of being from the top, having this out to in motion, okay, like this, and being able to get the in to out is one of the things that people have massively been after, you know, really wanting to try and achieve, being able to get a draw on the golf ball, has been sick to death of seeing the ball drift to the right for forever, okay? Now, obviously we want to be able to say, is this the only fix and will this do me for forever? Probably not forever. Now the reason I say that is things change. We have our feelings, okay? So what this is this is developing a feel, okay? So to start off with, when you were coming from here and turning and coming out to him, whether that was turning the hips and got high with the shoulder, or you were going, throwing the arms over, or whether you were casting outwards, and if that hip movement starts to give you the feeling of coming from the inside, I have no doubt that if you've been anything like me years gone by, you'd have gone that feeling, I'll exaggerate that a little bit more, and then you develop a feeling for the exaggerated nature of that movement. So when you've got that exaggerated nature of that movement, you get the feeling of, wow, I can't do this too much, because every time I do it, I just get a draw. I'll do a bit more, get a bit bigger draw. Well, the problem is, as a golfer, you evolve. So what I mean by is, once you've done enough repetitions on this, you start to take a little bit of ownership of that movement. So at that point, maybe you don't need to exaggerate it as much as you were doing, okay? Now the problem is you have a timeline, you have evolution of you, which is obviously going to be changing because you're going to be starting to get those feelings, okay? And you're going to get a bit of ownership. The problem is you have this feeling which your only reference point is exaggerate. So this doesn't change with this. So they start off together and then one goes off at a tangent here and the other one stays on line. So what you end up doing is go too far. So then if you're the guy who's gone too far, how are you going to realise this? Well, what we're going to be tending to look at is if you're seeing the ball start too far right or move too much in the air, those two reasons are going to be you maybe have exaggerated that move on the in to out a little bit too much. Or if you can get yourself on anything like a TrackMan, Flight Scope, any of the above, GC2, all those devices, and you start getting numbers that are big. Big number, in my opinion, is north of 6. Got into double figures, way too much. That means you're going to be exaggerating it, and you're definitely going to have the club coming too much from that inside here, okay? But in that short term, this will have definitely got you in the ballpark. Now, what we want to be able to do is, the idea is that diagonal movement of the pelvis is actually adding in a lateral, okay? For most people, they've obviously always spun. Now the next fix to get you down the path of being able to get this movement great is you'll feel that this left knee re-rotates this way, okay? So as that re-rotates, what will happen is, if you watch from this down into you, okay, you'll see that as that knee rotates, that shoulder can clear, and those arms are now in front. The club's still attacking from the inside, and the pelvis is still relatively pretty square at this point, okay? Now, obviously you'd have been going this way to start with, to learn to get it from the inside. But if you've exaggerated it too much this way, if you just still have that feeling of this butt cheek staying back, which is what you will have got to get it from the inside and towards the toe box, if you have that re-rotate of the knee, you can still see that bum's back. Club is attacking from the inside, but I've now got lots of room, which will mean I can then rotate through the ball with space. If I've got it where I'm going too far in here, as I come to rotate through the ball, my left shoulder's going to be a little high, my right side's probably a little bit too bent down, and probably a little bit too far behind the ball. That would look like this through the impact area. So, I exaggerated, it probably looks a little bit like this. So, right side's a little bit too scrunched, left side's a little high, so this is a little bit too far under, okay? So, it will mean that the ball obviously just starting a little right, and all you can do is hit the draw, okay? Now, if you've hit a fade, you're probably enjoying seeing yourself hitting that draw, okay? So, if you're only just starting to hit the draw, do not start trying to mess with it yet, okay? Be aware of it though. Be aware of the feelings. Be aware that this will let you hit the draw, but if you want to have guaranteed movement once you've got that, make sure that you are, once you have moved into the toe box there, starting to move into that heel. You've got to be going back that way, okay? But if you've overdone it, add in that left knee movement, and that gets those arms really nicely in front this way. Then you can really aggressively move into the heel. Because you've got to be moving into that heel at impact. If you're too far from the inside, you'll see that your shoulders will probably be closed. Okay, left shoulder will be very high, and you'll be too far down and under and stuck in the shot, as opposed to being a little bit more open this way. Okay, so this isn't just me contradicting what I've said. This is if you've overdone it, okay? Hope you've all had roaring success with it. From feedback so far, it seems that people have really enjoyed it. So give this a go if you find yourself hitting that little draw a little bit too big, and I'm sure that this can guarantee to kind of straighten that shot up a little bit more for you. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed the video and the content covered. So we've got loads more stuff coming here in 2017. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Comment below, link below. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this video or ones you'd like to see going forwards in the future. Okay? What kind of content would you like me to produce for you guys? And is a Q&A something you'd be interested in? If it is, great, this is something we would like to do. Got lots of exciting plans for 2017 going forwards. If you want to contact me, please do so via my website. Thanks for watching, and speak with you again soon.